filmy bookworm. I'm Ayushman, your host and dost, and hope all of you are safe and sound. So today I'm going to talk about a film currently streaming on Netflix, which has sparked a lot of curiosity and a lot of apprehension among a lot of people. It's called Cargo, starring Vikrant Massey and Shweta Tripathi. Now, it is dealing with a unique concept of science fantasy, sci-fi, if I can call it. If I can call science fiction, sci-fi, why not sci-fi? So it's a sci-fi with a lot of mythology juxtaposed into it, Indian mythology, and so it's a novel concept. I don't think it has been attempted anywhere in any media in India. So, but does it deliver though? Does it translate into a path-breaking film? It's a path-breaking concept for sure. So let's find out. Let's begin, my dear. Now, Cargo is, as I said, a science fantasy film wherein we see a lot of Homo Rakshasas, a unique breed of Homo sapiens, human beings, and Rakshasas have signed a peace treaty and have been entrusted with the responsibility of taking charge of various spaceships. And the spaceship in the film which has been shown is called Pushpak, again a reference to Ramayana, and which has a character called Prahast, again reference to Ramayana, playing Vikrant Massey is playing that role. So Prahast is is entrusted with a unique job. His job is to transition dead people into rebirth. Again, it resonates with the Indian philosophy. We believe in rebirth. We believe in the cycle of life and death. So it deals with that. So it transitions into rebirth, and before that he heals them also. Heals them of the pain, of the sufferings, of all the sufferings, and also kind of requests them to leave all his possessions behind. So all these things come under his, so to speak, job profile. So he's a loner, a very, he revels in his loneliness actually, because he has been leading this kind of a solitary life for years and years. He's in space, so he hasn't aged. He has a certain fan following, which he kind of knows but tries to avoid. And so he obviously is not very elated when he gets to know that, since he'll be retiring in some time. So a person, an assistant, would come and join him, and she is a girl, a very young girl. So initially, obviously, they clash because the girl claims, girl is played by Shweta Tripathi. She's amazing, by the way. I'll get into that later. She's playing a character called Yuvishka, who is also a Homo Rakshas, and she has kind of topped her university, and she has got this job. And she always wanted to do this job, and she always prepared for it. And she is total antithesis to what Prahast's character is. She's punky, bubbly. She is like a girl, very confident girl of probably today's times, but which would we see in our real universe. I mean, she is very social media savvy. She loves to take her own pics and make it viral. She also takes the video of her workstation when she joins it. So initially, obviously, there's a clash of personalities. There's a clash of the technologies they use. Perhaps still believes in the archaic technologies. He is not even aware of the latest technologies in this cargo dispatching, whatever, dispatching of the dead. But Yuvishka is obviously more up to date. But slowly but surely, a bond develops between these two, because they're so far away and they are in space, and kind of a platonic relationship develops between these two. And the entire film is actually how this bond develops and what happens at the end. And in between, they show this entire how this transition takes place, and how they are they are initiated into a rebirth, and how all these things, the valuables are dumped into space, and there are some other references too. So this is basically the story. I hope I haven't given you any spoiler as such. So there are many things I liked about the film. Let's talk about that first. The first thing I really liked were the performances. The performance of Vikrant Massey is amazing to say the least. You know, he has those intense eyes. He can convey a lot of things with them, and he has got that variety in his character. He can bring a lot of shades in his character without being too loud or being too subtle. You know, he has this uniform thing with which he can show his emotions. Um, this is a hallmark of a great actor actually. I think he has not been fully utilized till now. Even in Cargo, his potential has not been fully utilized. It is utilized, you know, he will be right at the top with some of the greatest actors. What can I say about her? I mean, she is beyond any compliments. She is just mind blowing. That's the only word I can think of right now. She is young, vivacious, spunky in this entire film, no doubt about that. There have been many. Now you will ask me, there are many characters like that. There have been so many Hindi films and so many Indian films. What's so special? The special thing about this performance is that this entire character, the entire character takes a U-turn. It takes a U-turn throughout the course of the film, and that you know, taking the U-turn, you know, from a very spunky, bubbly, vivacious girl to a very depressed, low on confidence girl, always crying. That kind of takes some acting talent to traverse that path, to portray it effortlessly without any hitch. And she did exactly that. That's what I particularly loved about her performance. I won't say which were the factors which made her go through those pensive moments, don't worry. But I must tell you that you should see that graph and appreciate that, you know. And in such a novel concept, because it's a unique character, this character doesn't exist in real life. Trust me, these kind of portrayals of these kind of characters are much more complicated than portraying a regular everyday girl's character. I'm not disrespecting those acting portrayals, but any seen the film already, I can name one, Ritik Bhami. Yeah, the character of Radhe in Bandish Bandits, remember him? Yes, he has done a guest appearance, a minuscule appearance here, along with other two more, well-known celebrities, well-known actors in this film. I don't want to name them. One is very young and one is a very seasoned actress. So they have done a splendid job. They always do that, even if they appear for a one scene. Vishwapati Sarkar is hilarious. He is there for 3-4 scenes, and he's playing a very unique character. I don't think any other person has played that kind of a character ever. Just to tell you a gist, he's playing a loneliness detective. Now you'll have to go and figure out, okay, what a loneliness detective is. So the production design, I loved the production design. That's another thing I really loved. The costumes, the production designs, they were actually very Hollywoodish and they were very futuristic. And also the use of certain old devices, like the character in Earth, the person who instructs Press from Earth actually communicates through an old Salora or Pentec, I think. I forgot the name of the company. It exists in the 80s actually. A black and white, ramshackle black and white TV. So I really love that those concepts, that juxtaposition, the coexistence of futuristic and kind of a little retro kind of instruments and devices. And also I like the BGM. It's very subtle. It's not there most of the time, but there's one song here in the film. The song is sung by a pop star named Surpadaka. Yes, you got it right. Again, reference to Ramayana, Rakshas place. Yeah. So, by the way, Yushka's brother's name is Ghatotkach, and he also has some special powers. So, anyways, so these are the little things which I really liked about the film. Direction is also first rate mostly. Editing needed some trimming, I believe, but then I think overall it's a very well. I didn't like about the film is that it could have been so much more. You know, it could have been so much more. There should have been some twists here and there in the plot. I know, I mean, every plot shouldn't, I mean, it's not a mandatory copybook thing that you should have twists in every series. No, obviously not. But then, since it's a science fantasy, science fiction genre of film, they could have easily put some surprise element. There's no surprise element in the film as such. Even if there are, I don't think they were surprising. They will be surprising for a very avid cinephile. Person who is very much used to watch these kind of films, it won't come as a surprise. But that thing, I think, kind of makes the film a tad boring. Also, I think the VFX, yeah, mostly they are good, but there are one or two scenes where you feel that the VFX could have been better, especially coming from a production team like that. They could have easily, made those VFXs better. Maybe because maybe the post production work of the film was done during the lockdown, height of lockdown. Maybe just guessing, because there's a lot of inconsistency in the VFX. At times they are like really cool. There are international characters. At times there are pedestrian actors. These are the two things which I didn't particularly like about the film. A person who is actually fond of science fiction genre, or fond of looking forward to something different rather than the usual thriller, superhero, and slice of the life, quote unquote, films which are being streamed in different platforms these days. This is a welcome change. So I think I don't give stars, I don't believe in giving ratings and all, but I would say it's if there's a parameter, say very bad, good, very good, and all these. So I'll give it a rating of very good. It's a very good film, if not an excellent film. So that's it, guys. Again, I would request you to please like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already, and stay tuned for my next video.